Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Twi'leks, Mandalorians, and all the younglings that may have survived Order 66 to another edition of Mandomania. Ooh, yeah. This is the Mandalorian review show. Now, I know you're sitting back and saying, hey, jackass, Mandalorian Season 1 is way over. What are you doing? Well, what we're doing is we're touching base.
Speaking of over. Sorry.
Wrong podcast.
Wrong day.
What we're doing here is we're going over the Disney Gallery series.
Speaking of over.
The Gallery series. And what that is the documentary series regarding season 1 of Mandalorian. Tonight we're touching base on episode 5. I believe it was something, what was it called? Process. Something that we don't do here at the NFO. We just work on the fly all the time. If you haven't noticed by now. Oh, it shows. It shows, brother. It shows. We walk and talk. We don't call spots. We just do what we do. We work off the crowd, baby. But regardless of that, The Mandalorian has a process. And thank God it did, because what an episode. Let's go around the horn. Oh, before we go around the horn, let's introduce ourselves. I am 1/3 of the New Force Order. I am a pro wrestler. I am a champion, a heavyweight champion of the world in 3 different promotions. Not 1, not 2, but 3. That's right. I am your boy GGP, a.k.a. Greek God Papa Don. And alongside with me, I have the distinct honor and pleasure of going through the galaxy in as little parsecs as possible. I have a toy painting, kung fu grip having, deep throating Hank McCoy shaft
Jesus.
medical droid, and a smiling, vindictive, malicious, sending letters to Kathleen Kennedy to make Raven Cannon Sith Lord. Introduce yourself, boys.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am the Dark Lord of the podcast, the Sith Ari, the Rampaging Reverend Kids, the Butcher. But soon, if I don't get this fixed, will be the man with the fan, your boy Spiro, a.k.a. Darth Spiridon.
I love when he grabs the microphone and holds it like he's about to spit some lyrics. And I am smarter than 2-1-B. More technical than FX7. No. The God of Stealing Thunder. Dr. Destroyer, Alex Arroyo.
Yo,
That's
I'm
it?
actually...
Hold on. That's it? No witty banter?
I don't give the witty banter for the sideshow. You got to save the good stuff, for the main show. This is like, Saturday.
It's the house show.
Saturday night.
I got you.
Exactly. Shock on Saturday night. This is Monday Night Raw material.
When I grab the mic, it's actually I hope to minimize the fucking fan sound by maybe going back a little bit, but I guess it doesn't work. I'll be getting text soon here by, hey, asshole, you fucking fan.
I don't hear that right now, so you're good. Don't worry.
All right, good.
All right, so let's go around the horn. In one word, let's describe episode 5.
Cool.
Nauseous. It made me nauseous. I'll tell you why, though. Great episode, man. It made me nauseous because as a filmmaker, and a filmmaker who has ADD, ADHD, and everything else, bro, I struggle with I plead the fifth. I struggle because I just don't have fucking patience, and I sometimes tend to rush the fucking process. But it's awesome. Of course, I haven't worked on that level where I have access to the technology they have, but there's always a fucking process. And it's a dope fucking process. It is.
Well, I guess we're on the same wavelength tonight. Besides you and I only looking into the camera when we talk, unlike fucking Captain Numbnuts over there, I was going to say dope. That was my word, because I love the episode. I love how they show how the magic is made and the whole process from start to finish. Obviously, you never really want to know how the sausage is made because it kind of loses its appeal. But in my opinion, this time kind of adds to the appeal, because you got to realize how much prep They have to like a good chef. It's all in the prep. You got to prep your main courses, your side dishes, everything in the kitchen before you serve it to the main guests and before you cook it. And it reminded me of what a good contractor says: measure twice, cut once. So, they did a ton of prep work just to spit out every episode. I think more prep work, I would say, than I've seen in any other TV show, film, any media, any form of media. I mean,
Yeah,
would they say
it's like they
2
basically
months?
filmed each episode twice for the most part.
Yeah, right.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, we all know there's storyboards to movies, but
Yeah.
I mean, let's just go straight into it. I mean, that previs concept with the VR and everything like that they were doing with the mocap suits was freaking amazing, dude. The fact that it looked like I was watching an episode of Rebels or
Yeah.
Clone Wars and had the Mandalorian in it going through the same sequence that was going through in live action. It's fantastic. It shows that they were trying to build a flow and they weren't just, okay, let's just get this done. Let's get this done. Let's get this done. To me, I understand why they did it because of the whole technology background that curved screen that they're using. What was it called? The Vault or whatever they were calling it, whatever name they gave it. I guess it's expensive and it costs a lot of time. I mean, and you can't really mess up. You know what I mean? I have no idea. Am I off the beaten path here?
No, I mean, I don't think so. I mean, I'm sure to program that thing is pretty expensive. I think that's where all the money's at when it comes to that, is that you got to have somebody sitting there generating those worlds and generating the, just like a video game, how the pixels and everything move when the subject moves. But what I was going to say was, yeah, I forgot what I was going to say.
Ladies and gentlemen,
use the Force stock.
Search your feelings. You know it to be true.
Still gone.
That is why you fail.
You know what? My question is this: if you're doing all this, if you're doing storyboards and you're doing previs, do they still bother typing up a fucking shot list? Because shot list, and I always thought that I was the only one.
Tequila, Patron, Jägermeister,
little Jameson.
Those shot lists I actually like, but it's like you're pretty much jotting down a list of every single shot for the final, the whole film shot for shot. And again, I have ADHD. I fucking hate it, bro. You know what I'm saying? But do you just go off of the previs, or do you actually go and check the list and shit?
Well, I would think that the previs is probably not set in stone, but I would probably imagine that's about 80% of the way they want to do something. And then when they go doing the live shot, they might tweak something a little here, a little there. Like in one of the previs shots, when the Mandalorian comes into kicks open the door or whatever, he gets shot in the chest by the stormtrooper. But in the real shot, he got shot in the elbow, in the shoulder.
For sure.
There's
some tweaks here and there, like you said.
Yeah.
I think it's about 85% of it, and then they kind of improv whatever they want to change based on that. So it makes sense.
I would imagine this makes the director's not game, but the director's whole process a lot easier, because if they're working hand in hand with the previs and they get everything set, then they know what they want to see and how they want to see it. And then they just go there and say, hey, you, do this, that, and the other. All right, ready, set, action, boom, 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 boom. Let's shoot one more just to be sure. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, let's move along. That's what I would imagine. I don't know.
It's almost like they've taken like a cartoon and now they're building a live action movie off a cartoon. I mean, it's the similar storyboards that they have based on that, and they could be like, well, okay, so I want you to do it exactly like this, but just change this or change that. So it's an interesting concept that they've actually been able to do that. The question is, how money saving really is, kind of doing it twice. I mean,
well, from what I understand, and this is all hearsay from what I hear on the interwebs, if you will. They're saying that the cost of these 8 episodes, which were 4 hours, right, of shooting, that's seen the light of day. So we don't even know what's left on the cutting room floor. Is that they spent 1/10 of what they would spend for a movie.
That's crazy.
So if they would spend $100 million for a movie, they spent $10 million for this show. You know what I mean?
And it's much longer than a movie too. So
exactly, but that's what they were talking about in the beginning when they said in animation you don't have anything really left on the cutting room floor. That's like the cardinal sin, you know. And your fans joined the show, Spiro, just to let you know.
Yo, so, oh, nice. Hello, fan. Fuck you, fan. You know what, man? So what you're talking about now, it makes me wonder how much would Lucas's original plan for his series actually cost?
Oh, it probably would have cost an arm and a leg. That's why
fucking
didn't go through.
Shit.
Because it was probably all done on green screens with the way the prequels were done. Supposedly, this took place. Lucas's live action thing took place maybe 3 years after Episode 3. So it's still the beginning of the Empire, right. The fall of the Republic. So that demographic, that style, is very similar to what we saw in the prequels, which is all green screen. This obviously is 5 years after Return of the Jedi, so it could be a little bit more grittier, like the original trilogy. But I like the fact that they're not wasting. They're working smart. They're not working hard, just like in a wrestling match. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So to me, I love this process. I think it's great. They take the storyboards, they get a certain rhythm, they throw it into this previs thing that I've never heard of before. And
you've heard previs before, don't worry.
No, previs.
Oh, sorry.
So then you get the feel for everything, and you get the flow that you initially wanted to see if it works. If it doesn't work, and then you shoot.
You're basically doing the whole thing ahead of time. So I mean, it's saving a lot of time. You're saving a lot of aggravation, especially when you're on the set, because if people have already viewed those previses, then you already have your game plan as to what you want to do and how you want to do it. So you're not wasting fucking takes over there, which is great.
You see, man, to somebody like me, I would be so fucking like frustrated because I'm like, all right, I already animated this shit. Now I gotta go shoot it again. Bro, it's like I'm the kind of guy, man. I get bored quick, man. I need to get this shit done and move on. If not, I'm gonna fucking lose my mind. But that aside, my favorite thing was when I think it was John Favreau said we weren't really inspired by Star Wars. We were inspired by what inspired it, and I think that's why The Mandalorian is the most Star Wars thing that we've gotten since the Return of the Jedi.
Really? You didn't think Rogue One was Star Wars?
Oh, I'm sorry. No, yes, it was. But definitely, I think that going into this thinking like that, I don't want to be inspired by Star Wars. I want to be inspired by what inspires Star Wars. Really made this fucking awesome.
Smart. Totally smart.
Yeah, and I like the fact, and I thought of Spiro because Deborah Chow likes to film action scenes. So she's talking about how something that would take 2 weeks for a movie, they only had 3 days to shoot, and because of the previs, they were able to do it in 3 days. But they wasted 7,000 rounds of ammunition in 3 days, so they had to cut back because they were running out of whatever that was called the ammunition that they were using. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, Spiro's probably jerking off to this right now.
Of course.
Saying, goose.
It's ammo porn.
Hell yeah. Ammo porn. You know what, man? The thing is, when she said 3 days, man, I was like, shit, man. I used to get word about a film festival and I'd have like 24 hours to shoot, edit, and send it off. So I can imagine, listen, man, of course.
It's a good thing you shoot quick.
Yeah. Good thing you got previs.
I definitely have previs, and if I'm going to shoot quick, I pull out, baby. Yo, but
that's not true.
Obviously not, for three kids and the one on the way. But yeah, man, I talk about shooting in 24 hours, editing and all that. Of course, I'm not taking into account that they have all these set pieces and all these fucking safety protocols that they have to fucking follow, and they got to rig this and they got to do that, So to get something done in 3 days, that's actually great, man.
And especially that scene with the Mandalorians versus the bounty hunters, that's a great scene. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? It's not like it was just them walking across the Shire or whatever. You know what I mean? It's an action-packed scene. It wasn't freaking Frodo Baggins.
Throw it in the fire.
So, there was one part. I don't know if you guys caught it, but I caught it. At least I wasn't looking for it, but it kind of stuck out.
Kathleen Kennedy had the lizard eyes.
No, dude. No. What kind of conspiracy theorist are you?
Sorry, it's a good one.
When Kathleen Kennedy was talking and Jon Favreau started talking, and then she kind of like cut him off, you could feel the tension between the two. I don't know if I was reading into it because of all the bullshit that we hear on the internet, but I kind of felt like there is some kind of animosity towards one another, maybe some kind of tension. I don't know. But I'm hoping that it does lead to him and Filoni taking over and doing what they're doing now on a grander, broader scale.
You know what? It could just be me, but I kept thinking in my head, this motherfucker is sitting there looking at her saying, look at this dumb bitch, man. She doesn't know what the fuck she's talking about, man. Look at this fucking retard.
I do that every meeting I go to at work. I'm like, this is fucking right. Yeah, that's a great idea, you fucking retard.
Hilarious. Anything else you guys want to add about the episode? Because I thought it was a good episode. I kind of liked it.
So I thought at one point, I said to myself, going back to the last episode with the whole screen thing, I said, how far are we right now, would you think, estimate for our house walls to have screens like that? Like, say, in our kids' rooms, right? All right, Johnny, what do you want to go to sleep with tonight? You want to go to sleep in the jungle, in the rainforest, in the desert, and you click the button, and all of a sudden, right behind your kid's wall, it just turns this, green screen drop back where they can, like, pretend they're camping or in outer space or under the sea. I mean, someone needs to fucking monetize that immediately.
Number one, I hate you right now because I want one of those right now. So I can sit back and the screen just goes to light speed. And it looks like I'm in the cockpit of the Falcon just going into hyperdrive.
Like it's literal VR. It's without the headset.
You're right.
It has to happen.
Number two, I don't think it'll be, unless they can do it where it's not easily cracked. Because when you have kids and they throw shit in their room and they throw
because they made iPads so fucking so durable.
Yeah, really.
Well, my kid doesn't have an iPad, so there you go.
So what if, so they have that technology, right? They got those lamps that you can shoot a projection onto a wall. Maybe they can come up with something better than that, but in that same form. Maybe,
Dude, I can picture it. I can picture, kids going to sleep, different settings because of the wall changing. I can picture Doc role playing with his wife because he's changing the stuff on the walls. One night he's freaking Jack Sparrow on a pirate ship. Yo ho ho, matey.
Listen. I didn't even tap into that fucking portion of this of that money over there. It's amazing.
Hey man, at least he fucking gets to role play,
Yeah, and then another night they put on the thing of Star Wars, maybe the cockpit of the Millennium Falcon. His wife sounded like Chewbacca. Oh,
I want to be Captain Kirk. I'm gonna paint her green.
Nice. Other nights it's him sounding like Chewbacca. She's pegging him.
For those of you who don't know what the pegging term is, I encourage you to Google it right now.
It's a toy term. It's when it gets warm on the peg. It sits there very long.
Peg warmer, exactly.
Oh, God.
Jesus fucking Christ, man. Yo, man, you know what? Sorry, guys. I'm fucking trying to do a show here, and my daughter keeps on coming out with a blanket trying to scare me and shit. Anyways.
She knows you're old and feeble. That's the reason why.
That's it. There you go.
She wants to fucking kill me, dude. You know that?
Yeah, she wants you to fall out of your chair so you can pop up a hip.
She's doing what all Sith apprentices do. He's trying to kill her master.
That's what it is.
Very
man.
true.
Taught her
Very
well. You know?
Yeah.
Taught her well.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, I don't think we're gonna go any higher than that. Really, not much more we can that we could talk about it, unless we want to talk based on the Rick Fujiwara armbar promo he cut at the end about him shooting, and they showed the scene of him fighting the robots and how all that stuff. But we kind of mentioned it. What I want you people out there in YouTube land to do is this: if you're watching this video, or you know somebody who may like this video, tell them to go to our YouTube channel. It's New Force Order. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, hit the notification bell, comment down below, and let's interact. On top of that, we have a website called newforceorder.com. And on this website, you can get all our podcasts that we have done, stuff from the past, stuff from last week,
Or from the future.
stuff from the future that will be there. We also sell merchandise, T-shirts, coffee mugs, chanclas.
Yes, sir. Finally, officially.
What do you call it?
Fanny packs.
Fanny packs. That's the word I was looking for. Thank you. You know,
Zubas.
Soon to come Zubas, flamethrowers, mankinis, bikinis. You name it. Anything we can throw an NFL label on, you'll get. So just go to newforceorder.com. That's newforceorder.com. And we also have an email address for everybody out there on the interwebs who's watching this. It's newforceorder@yahoo.com. That's newforceorder@yahoo.com. And you may say to yourself, oh, why do you have an email address for it? Why do you want an email? Well, it's very simple. We do a certain
needs a place to contact us, so we're ensuring that she can get in touch with us.
Exactly, when she wants to feel the Force, especially the dark side of the Force. We do a segment called Who is More Over every week. Now, before you get all upset, over in wrestling terminology means more popular. So we compare two aspects of Star Wars, person, place, or thing. This upcoming show, we're comparing the
Gamorrean Guard versus the Magna Guard.
That's right. The Gamorrean Guards from Jabba's palace, which is the offspring of Miss Piggy and Kermit the Frog, versus the Magna Guards, which were the guards that were used by General Grievous.
Magna.
So we want to know which one you guys like better. We have a werewolf in the background, but that's for another story, right?
It's supposed to be a ghost, but it fucking howls. I don't know.
So that's awesome. So what we do is we compare these two and we let the people know what we think is better for us, and we read what the comments that come through the email that you guys send us. So send us an email, newforceorder@yahoo.com. Doc also does a segment called Tatooine, which is a toy segment because he's an avid toy collector, that he reviews a toy that he recently purchased or have purchased in the past. You guys want to have him review a certain toy? Let him know. He'll do it. Star Wars oriented. And more importantly, if you guys just want to talk shop about Star Wars, you tell us how much you love the podcast. Tell us how much you hate the podcast. We don't care. Let's just mingle. Let's interact. That's what it's about. It's about you. It's about us. It's about Star Wars, because we're fans and we're delivering what we love to you, who are also fans. And our motto here at the New Force Order is, God damn it, you cheap sons of bitches, buy some merchandise. No, I'm kidding. Our motto here at New Force Order is, we don't get over on Star Wars. We get Star Wars more over with you. So with all that being said and addressed, let them know where they can find you guys at.
You can find me at Dr. _Destroyo. DESTRROYO. Graham of Insta, Alex Arroyo MD on Twitter, and Alex Arroyo on Facebook.
You can find my photography page, Spiro_A. You can find my Star Wars page, Darth_Spirit, on both of those on Instagram. You can also find the Instagram page of the show I do, Rational Rage. That's rational.rage. That's on Instagram. YouTube, Handsome Reaper TV, and on Facebook, Rational Rage.
You can find me at Greek God Papadon on Twitter, Greek God Papadon on Instagram, Demetrius Papadon on Facebook. Pro Wrestling Tees / Greek God Papadon is my pro wrestling t-shirt shop where you can go get all your Greek God Papadon wrestling t-shirts. That's Pro Wrestling Tees / Greek God Papadon. You can find us. We'll be recording Tuesday night, the show, filming and recording, podcast version and YouTube version. So get your emails in, hit the website, subscribe to this channel before then. We can all talk and have a good time. You can find us at Twitter, collectively, at NFO_podcast. Official New Force Order on Facebook and New Force Order on Instagram. Again, the website, newforceorder.com, and the email is newforceorder@yahoo.com. When it comes crashing down and it burns inside, bow, 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 now, 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 what you gonna do when Mandomania is running wild on you, brother? This has been paid for by the New Force Order.
For life.
And that's just too sweet.